Leo, whoo, you're actually headed for some good times. Ain't we lucky we got 'em? You're actually headed for them. You are. And I'm going to explain why. Leo, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Leo's sun, moon, and rising sign. There's always an extended reading if you want to go deeper and get more details. That link is below. You can also join my Unbound membership and have unlimited access to all of my extended readings, plus all the benefits from all levels of my membership. So I hope to see you guys there. There is a new video that comes out every single Friday for Leos at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So if you subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell, you will be alerted fresh off the press. You'll get your Leo content. So please subscribe and ring that notification bell. I also have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. If you want to join me for daily tarot card readings that are live chats, I would love to have you over there. Leo, we're going to start with astrology and then we're going to move into the tarot cards or the oracle cards. Yeah, this is an energy reading, so I don't care if it comes to you a year after. It's valuable. It reaches you when it's supposed to reach you. So the message is going to be for you. Of course, the astrology will mark when the energy began, which is a good thing. It's a good measure, because if this video doesn't reach you to a year after it debuted, think about what's happened between the point when the energy dropped from the cosmos to where you are now. This is a good time indicator. Let's get into the astrology. So I misspoke. I think I said that Saturn was going to be square to Leo, to the sun, to the sun for up through June 23rd. June 3rd. It is not. It's actually, the square drops away this week, which is actually really good for you because it's now you're uncontended. What happens this week when Saturn is still square Mercury, however, when Saturn is still square the sun, I believe, is you have this beautiful conjunction to Mercury. So this weekend, expect a lot of brilliance and a lot of clarity. Because remember, the sun is also, Mercury is trine Pluto. The sun is about to trine Pluto. This is really good stuff. In other words, you are getting a lot of clarity into who you are, what you want, and what you desire. And that could have been buried from many, many years back. But now it's almost like you're able to have a conversation with yourself, about who you really are and what really matters to you the most. So there's so much clarity that's going to be coming over this weekend. Also, brilliant mind, quick thinking mind. You'll be able to articulate exactly. You'll be able to make decisions. You'll be able to understand things that you haven't been able to understand in a while. It's almost like the fog clears. And then we head into next week where this beautiful trine between Pluto and the sun begins. Also, I can't forget this. The sun moves from Taurus into Gemini, which is also air sign energy. It's clarification. Now, it's clarification for you. It's lighter energy, right? It's not where the sun might be square to your natal sun, because Taurus would, depending on where you are in Leo, your sun is in Leo, it's always going to create a square at some point. So that could be a tense time for you. But the sun in Gemini, it's going to be fed by that air energy, ideas, concepts, curiosities, talking to people, especially, maybe even coming through friends. You could actually find, Leo, that you are starting to talk to friends that you haven't talked to in a long time, because maybe something stupid separated you guys, and now it's like you get back to or get back with people who you really care about, who really care about you and help to remind you who you are. So the friends, that will be an assist, right? It'll be an assist for the goal, and you will be able to score the goal with that assist from friends who know your moves really well and can remind you about your personal power. The beauty of the Pluto Leo trine. Absolutely extraordinary gift for you guys. It's going to help to clarify your passions, make you certain of what matters to you. If you've had a conflict of the soul, or didn't know where you wanted to head in life, which is not common for Leos, but if you've had any kind of conflicts, you're going to know exactly where you're headed. It's just like a superpower charge. You're going to be very good with authority. It's going to be a great time for you to assume leadership, like an actual leadership role. Or when you're talking to leaders, like people who lead you, you're going to be very, you're not even going to have to try to be convincing. You're going to have a natural rapport that kind of is luminous about you, which people stereotype Leos for anyway, but you would have felt a lot of tumultuousness going on inside of you, and this is really when your subconscious and your conscious are very easy with each other. It's like feeling really good about all aspects of yourself. Like you're not conflicted or hiding or ashamed of anything. You're very loose, you're very easy, and people will feel that, and it will inspire others, and it will let you be sort of like take on that natural sense of self and authority that isn't seeking authority. It's just sort of natural authority because you have authority over yourself. You will be very clear on what you want to release, what's getting in your way, what you don't value anymore. That kind of clarity is what's coming for you right now. And it is such extraordinary energy. It's like almost like the sun has been washed clean. Beautiful fucking energy. Let's get into the cards. Leo. 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 So we have believe in yourself, right? Plant the seeds. Truth transcends illusion. No more bullshit covering you up or holding you down, and take a leap of faith. You're going to know exactly what you want to start working on. You're going to be ready to plant a seed. This is for certain. And this is you coming back into your full form. So maybe for the first time in a long time, Leo, you're going to actually feel like yourself. Feel like you've shaken some monkey off your back, obligations off your back, that shit that you felt like you had to do off your back. You'll be willing to stake your claim on it. Confidence like this is even rare for you guys. So enjoy it. Enjoy every second of it. Take a leap of faith. There's luck on your side. And ultimately, your gut is good. Pluto is the gut. So you're going to feel so... It's almost like, forget about subconscious. The subconscious is going to be made conscious. You're going to feel so comfortable with your gut and where your gut wants to take you. You're just going to follow your gut. That's it. You're going to follow. Forget about following your heart. Your gut is going to be your guide, and you're not even going to question it. And it's going to be fucking fantastic. You're going to leap right in. It may seem like you're leaping right in because consciously, it's not really a conscious thing. It's not really an intellectual thing. It's just a certainty thing. And for those of you with strong Leo placements elsewhere, you'll have certainty in those aspects of your life. Leo, 3rd house, 4th house, check what house is in Leo, and also check whatever planets are in that Leo, the house that Leo rules. Because this is where, for you guys, with placements other than the sun, are really going to, it's really going to shine. There's certainty that's going to come through there, and you're going to take a leap into something new is going to be planted in those aspects of those dynamics, those aspects of your life. FYI, that's kind of how that works. So let's keep on with the cards. This thing that you're leaping into. All of this energy with the sun, you guys are going to benefit from it the most, of course, but all of us are going to be really radiating in this beautiful energy. And then, holy crap, on Tuesday of next week, when Mars drops back into Aries with the moon in Aries, shut the front door, because that is a sealed deal. That is when actual stuff starts to drop and happen. Decisions are made. There's fucking certainty here that I have not seen ever. So yeah, decisions will be made by Tuesday of next week. We have reclaim your power. Bam. If I have to sum it up in any capacity, that's exactly what it's saying, Leo. Your power comes back online, coming out of the dark, feeling yourself again. I don't mean literally. But I don't know. But really feeling like yourself again. We've been in a lot of clusterfuck right now, Leo, right? There's just been some wonky energy in the air, especially with like that double Saturn square, right? We're just coming out of another square with Saturn after like last month the sun was square with Saturn. It's like the sun is finally like, fuck you, Saturn, peace the fuck out. Like it's finally over being judged or being limited or being restricted. And I have to say, this isn't about an outside force. This is about us not feeling good enough or being extra hard on ourselves, Leo. That's what it's about. That's what it was about. It was about you restricting from the inside or feeling like you hadn't done enough work or you're not good enough or you weren't being recognized or there was always somebody else that you had to combat or always somebody else that you had to like, prove yourself to or judge. This was a lot coming from the inside as well. So ultimately now is when you start to feel like yourself again. You start to feel like, okay, holy shit, maybe you haven't felt happy. I'm not saying you've been miserable, but maybe you haven't felt that happy in a while. This week is when you will start to again, I guarantee. We have Be Here Now. All of a sudden, little things are going to start to pop out at you that maybe you hadn't noticed before, but they're right there in front of you. And the beauty of just the simple things is going to be like, did I ever see this before? This is the first time I'm seeing it. This is the first time I've seen. It's almost like you feel like this is the first time you fucking seeing it. It's not the first time you've seen it. It's not. But ultimately, it's going to feel like that. There's something really absolutely beautiful here. And then we have, you see clearly now. And this is Aquarius energy. So let's just talk about what the card means. Bam. Clarity. And I think, hello, we've been talking about that all along. Suddenly there's clarity. Suddenly there's truth. But it's also, you see clearly the opposition, because Aquarius energy is the completely opposite energy from you. It doesn't always have to be contentious though. As it sits, it is a sense of now you can finally comprehend the other side of yourself, the other dynamic of who you are. And now that you've seen that clearly, you know exactly what you're dealing with. And so now you know exactly how to travel along your path. Everything is clear for you right now. The clarity you're going to experience this week, the mental clarity, which has also to do with emotional clarity and psychological clarity, spiritual clarity. It's all clear. Clarity that's happening over the weekend. Foosh. It's like the fucking fog drifts away from your brain, right? But clarity isn't just about mental. It's just everything else is impacting you. Everything else could have been impacting that mental fog that you've had. Well, now the fog goes away because all the other shit has dissipated as well. Right? This is like finally being able to weave together your id and your ego. They're not fighting anymore. They're totally on the same page and they're good with each other. And this could also be conflict resolution with you. The opposite. Now you're finally able to see clearly how to work through some conflict, right? Whatever is opposing you, it's not an opposition anymore. It's another perspective. It's another point of view. Okay, now I understand what I'm looking at. I finally get it, right? Because it's hard for us to understand things that are so different from us. But now we finally get it. And even those dynamics inside of ourselves that are the most difficult to deal with. I see that it's there. Now I can actually talk to it and accept it. There's an ease here when it comes to tension. And you'll clearly be able to dissipate any kind of tension or conflicts or challenges that have arisen in your life recently. You'll definitely be able to, there's a cleaning out. You're cleaning that shit out, Leo. Hold up. I feel like there's a card that... Okay, nope. One card. Ooh, two cards. I love those surprises. We have Capricorn and Andromeda. So Andromeda is about, first of all, something that was alien to us. And Capricorn is that Saturnian energy, to-do list. you finally understand somebody else's expectations for you. Let's talk about that. Because finally understanding somebody else's expectations doesn't mean you're going to cower to them. It doesn't mean you're going to subjugate yourself to them. But being able to finally understand their expectations helps you to make a very clear decision about your future with them. Something that was completely alien to you, completely like, alien, totally different. Now you understand it. You can actually touch it and figure out, okay, why do they want this? See, it's not just always about what do they want. Now you get their motivation. Now you understand it. That's what becomes very clear. Something that was foggy for you, you didn't get. And that's really good. For those of you who have been experiencing deception, this is going to be really fucking clear. Oh, now I get their motivation. Now I get the why. Okay? And that's going to help me know how to respond to them. Right? For those of you who are just in a murky area with people, sort of neutral but confused, now I get what they're asking for. Maybe it was literal translation. When the sun goes into Gemini, you're going to be really good with understanding, different languages or being curious about how other people express themselves. So this is a great time to learn, right? So ultimately, it's like now you understand literally what somebody's asking for because you found, I don't know, maybe it's the first time ever, but you found Google Translate. I don't know, but whatever it is like now you legitimately understand, or somebody has finally gotten back to you and said, these are our expectations, these are our demands, this is our grocery list, whatever it is. Now it's very clear. In terms of the positive, happy birthday, Denny. Now all of a sudden, you get exactly what you have to do. You get exactly what is expected from you. You're going to get some clarifying notification. Could have to do with the law, could have to be within the government, but there is something very articulate and very clear here that you didn't understand before. It is very clear to you now what is expected. That doesn't intimidate you. It doesn't even burden you. It actually empowers you and makes you feel really in control of the situation because you're good. You're good with it as long as it's clear. And now it's clear. And it's very clear for you at this point how you have to deal with these things. Happy birthday, Michelle Sanigate. Leo. For those of you who want to know why I say happy birthday, check out the extendeds, because I share that with you guys a lot in the extendeds. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent. The faith is coming back. It's re-emerging. It was renewed. Watch the Cancerian reading. I don't know if you guys have Cancer placements, but this was a major reset that happened internally. And it started out in the 4th house. Of course, now that comes into the 5th house. What is my purpose in life? This was my beginning of life. What is my purpose in life? What do I want to work on in life? All of a sudden, it is so clear and so certain, and you can touch it. Like I said, the list is now to get to it. I'm not saying you have it in your hands right now, but it's so clear what you need to do to get to it. Whatever it is, whether it's your lifelong dream, your career path, your vocation, something, more esoteric like that. Or just, I want to buy a house. What do I have to do? I want to go to college. What do I have to do? Now it's very clear what you have to do. The steps are clear. There's no more mystery anymore. Now, because Mercury is still in retrograde, and it actually retrogrades back into Taurus, this is actually some good stuff because it means for your housekeeping, you're going to be able to know exactly what you need to do or get a list of what needed to be taken care of. If something wasn't moving forward for you, now you're going to be able to discover very clearly why. Why couldn't you just call me and tell me that I had paperwork that I still had to do? Well, this is when you get the call. This is when you clarify all of that practical crap. And it's really wonderful because I just feel so good. There's such a good feeling about you this week. About, I'm not scared. I'm not worried. No, when the sun is trine Pluto, there's no fear at all. Because if you can fucking confront and feel comfortable with your own demons, there ain't nothing on the outside world that you can't that you can't make friendly with. You know, if you can make nice with your internal darkness, there is nothing on the outside that's going to scare you at all. So I got to say this, Leo, this week is like courage on crack. That's what it is. Courage on crack. I'm not going to make that my title because I think YouTube will actually block me, but that's kind of what it is. It's like volumized. It's expanded. Pluto trine the sun is real levels of self-acceptance and confidence, which opens up all these doors. So you're not going to see this as you would have seen it maybe last week or the week before as, oh, more to do. You're going to get that list dropped on you and you're going to be like, oh, finally, now that I got the answers. Oh, you're going to feel empowered, and you are empowered because this is really the road forward. Okay? Toward the end of next week, I think even Pluto and the trine between Pluto and the sun is over. So it's almost like the sun is unaspected for a while. What does that mean? That means you have to choose your direction. And sometimes that's very conflicting, but there's no way it's going to conflict. You just got out of a trine to Pluto. You know who the fuck you are. You faced your demons. You just got out of a square to Saturn. You know what the world expects from you. You know what's going to be the most combative. You know where you've been restricted before. Come on, man. You already understand. You've gotten the list. You have it right in your hands. It gets better from here. Let's go into tarot because I want to share that with you. The link is below. I'll see you guys there.